Many people notice a strange change as they get older. Their feet feel colder, not painfully cold, not numb, just colder than they used to be. Sometimes it happens in the evening. Sometimes even when the room feels warm. Sometimes under blankets that used to be enough. And often there is no clear explanation. People assume it is poor circulation, or sensitive nerves, or simply aging. But that explanation is incomplete, because cold feet are not just about temperature, and they are not just about blood flow slowing down. They are about how the body decides where heat goes and where it does not. To understand this, we need to slow things down. Your body does not produce heat evenly. It prioritizes. At all times, your body is making decisions about which areas need warmth the most. The brain, the heart, the vital organs. These areas are always protected first. The hands and feet are different. They sit far from the center of the body. They are exposed to the environment, and they are the first places where circulation is adjusted when efficiency changes. When you are younger, this system works quietly in the background. Blood moves easily to the feet. Small vessels open and close smoothly. Heat is delivered without effort. As you get older, the system does not shut down. It simply becomes more conservative. The body becomes more careful with how it uses energy and heat. And the feet are often where that change becomes noticeable. One of the first things that changes with age is how flexible small blood vessels are. In the feet, circulation depends heavily on tiny vessels near the skin. These vessels expand to release heat. They narrow to conserve heat. When they are young and flexible, this adjustment happens quickly. With age, vessel walls gradually stiffen, not enough to cause disease, but enough to slow their response. So when your body sends warm blood toward your feet, the delivery is less efficient. The blood still arrives, but less heat is released to the surface. This is why your feet can feel cold even when circulation is technically present. Another factor is muscle activity. Blood flow to the feet depends heavily on movement. Every step you take helps push blood downward and back upward. When movement becomes less frequent, the circulation loop slows. You may not feel tired. You may not feel weak. But your feet are no longer getting the same rhythmic stimulation they once did. Less movement means less blood exchange in the smallest vessels. And less exchange means less warmth. This is one reason why feet often feel colder later in the day. Not because circulation suddenly stops, but because the system has been working with lower efficiency for hours. There is also the role of gravity. Your heart sits high in your chest. Your feet are far below it. Getting blood to your feet is easy. Getting it back up is harder. When the return flow becomes slower, blood can pool slightly in the lower legs and feet. This pooling does not always cause swelling. Sometimes it simply reduces circulation turnover. Blood stays longer. Oxygen delivery slows. Heat exchange drops. The feet then feel cold, heavy, or disconnected. Another overlooked factor is nerve sensitivity. As people age, nerves in the feet often become less sensitive to subtle changes. This does not always mean nerve damage. It often means the threshold for sensation has shifted. Cold that would not have been noticeable before is now more easily felt. The temperature itself may not be lower. The perception of cold is simply stronger. This is why warm socks sometimes help more than expected. They do not change circulation dramatically. They reduce heat loss at the surface. Less heat loss means the body does not need to work as hard to keep the feet warm. Hydration also plays a role. When fluid balance is slightly off, blood becomes more concentrated. This makes circulation through small vessels less efficient. The effect is subtle, but over time it matters. Feet are usually the first place where this shows up, because they rely on small vessels and steady flow. Cold feet are also influenced by timing. Many people notice their feet feel cold in the evening. This is not a coincidence. By the end of the day, the circulation system is tired. Muscles have been less active. Gravity has been working all day. Fluid has shifted downward. The body naturally shifts resources inward in the evening. Heat is conserved for vital areas. The feet are deprioritized. This is a normal pattern, but with age, the shift becomes more noticeable. What matters most is understanding what cold feet do not mean. They do not automatically mean blocked arteries. They do not always mean disease. They do not mean something is suddenly wrong. They mean the system is adapting to lower efficiency, and the feet are where that adaptation becomes visible. Supporting this system does not mean forcing circulation. It means working with it. Gentle movement throughout the day helps more than intense exercise. Short walks, ankle movement, standing breaks. These actions reactivate the muscle pump that delivers warmth. Keeping the feet insulated reduces unnecessary heat loss. Warmth does not need to be dramatic. It needs to be consistent. Hydration supports blood flow through small vessels, not in excess, just steady. Paying attention to timing also helps. Movement earlier in the day supports warmth later. Long periods of stillness make cold feet more likely. The goal is not to chase warmth. The goal is to support the system that delivers it. Cold feet are not a failure. They are a signal. A signal that circulation movement and heat regulation are changing. When you understand that signal, you stop fighting it. And when you stop fighting it, you can support it more effectively. In the next video, we will look at another common experience. Why legs can feel heavy even when there is no pain. And why that heaviness is often connected to the same circulation changes happening quietly over time.